Welcome back, friends, to TV5 News at 9. It's time now for our favorite segment, Education Matters. We are here with Dr. Craig Douglas. Thank you so much for being here. How are you, Dr. Douglas?
Well, thanks, Colette. How are you?
Great, and you're staying hydrated and cool and all of that. It's going to be hot today.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Douglas, we are talking about, we know that schools are getting ready for the next school year, and so we're talking a little bit today about the challenges ahead for education. Dr. Douglas, one big issue that schools are still facing is those staffing shortages. How is this affecting students? Everything from bus drivers, those in the lunchroom, teachers, even administration. There are a lot of shortages.
Yeah, it's a huge conundrum for all schools of all sizes, and it impacts students directly and parents indirectly. Take, for example, you mentioned bus drivers.
Yes.
Let's say a bus run doesn't happen on a particular day. Who does that impact? It impacts the child, of course, but the parents. They have to scurry. They have to find plan B or maybe plan C for transportation. So I think it's a great time for anyone that's maybe on the fence thinking about whether or not they want to opt in to a career in education or look at a shift to a career in education. This is a great opportunity to do that. The shortages are real, and as you described very accurately, it's in all areas from teaching to food service, secretarial, transportation. All the functions of a school are in short order. Substitute teachers, I mean, you name it.
Oh my goodness, and there are some ways that you can look at incentives too to get involved with some of those areas. Dr. Douglas, one way to enact change in our schools is really through that school board. How is this public support for school boards now?
Well, I think it's overall strong, but it does vary. I think school boards in general have been challenged like never before with the pandemic. I'll just take a simple example of face masks, whether or not they're required, whether or not they're mandated. Those questions hit school boards very hard during the pandemic. Hopefully we're in the past tense of those challenges, but nevertheless, public input is always expected. It's just important, and I would coach people to be civil.
Right.
These are citizens that live in the same communities we live in, and they are servant leaders. They're serving not for the pay, not for the recognition, but out of gratitude and in honor of the noble profession of education. So it's an opportunity for people to run for school board, to attend school board meetings, to engage with school board members. Certainly always emphasize that because it's a core part of our democracy, unique to our own system of living. And these challenges are real, though.
And people are running for school board. They are concerned about the community and your students and your kids just like you are. So please be civil, like you're saying. Dr. Douglas, families have been faced with so many issues to deal with, from COVID-19, the pandemic, to now inflation. So how do all these issues impact schools?
Well, my heart goes out to parents today trying to make ends meet, trying to juggle schedules and all the financial challenges that you describe. Probably the most direct way is the price of fuel. For parents who wish to transport their kids to school in their own vehicle. Certainly school buses are an attractive alternative. Other public transportation options are attractive also. But I just say that's a big challenge for communities today. And so staying engaged and staying supportive, it's a challenge, but it's almost needed now more than ever.
It really is. And Dr. Douglas, it's been a tough time, but what do schools need from people who really want to show their support and help out?
Well, that kind of interaction that I described with the school boards, it fits teachers, custodians, bus drivers, and that's to approach with civility, make the concerns or the ideas or the comments clear and concise, and try and come from a supportive venue. It's sometimes tough, especially if there's an emotional thing going on, but trying to check those emotions and getting at the core of what it is that needs to be addressed, and then helping the school to address it. Another way to be involved is to step up and volunteer. Whether it's going on a field trip, whether it's helping at a playground, chaperoning a dance. There are so many functions that parents and adults can backfill and help. Volunteer coaches, et cetera, et cetera. It's just a great opportunity to be engaged, to be supportive, and help schools get through the end of the pandemic and onto a brighter future. I really am optimistic overall, Colette. I think the future is very bright for all of us. We just have to stay together to get through it.
I think that's such a key. You know, it really does take a village.
Yeah.
It takes everyone working together. Thank you, Dr. Douglas. We appreciate you stopping in today. For more information about today's topic, just head on over to the lifestyle page on WNEM.com. We'll be right back. Stick with us.